Hi everyone, Joe here from thekissprinciple.net. Thank you so much for stopping past this YouTube channel. Do you want to sound professional on the piano instead of amateur? Well, I'm about to give you some quick tips on how to do that. Let's go. One of the ways that you can sound professional on the piano is to play lightly. Beginners tend to really punch the keys when they first begin. So say, for example, if I'm just playing a G chord on the right hand like this, instead of just gently playing the chord like this, beginners have a tendency to really thump the keys. And the piano is what we call a percussive instrument. In other words, there's hammers and strings inside it, and the harder you hit, the louder it gets. Now, I don't have any problem about playing louder, but if you play too loudly by pressing the keys like that, what will happen is that your hands will start to get very tired, and also you'll start to very soon irritate yourself. So first thing that you can do is just work out what's the less amount of pressure that you can put on the keys to give you a nice sounding chord. So as you can see, I'm hardly pressing. I'm just resting my fingers gently on the keys like this, and I'm just working out what's the least amount of pressure to push down on these keys to get a nice sound out of the piano. So instead of like this, just gently. Nice and smooth. Another way that I heard from someone was that don't think of it as you're pressing the keys, but you're kind of like massaging the keys. So just think of it that the piano is your patient and you're going to give it a bit of a massage. So just like that, nice and easy. I'm hardly putting any pressure on the keys. And then when you're doing a 6-note chord, that's also where it really comes into play, because you are not wanting to press those keys too heavily and have your fingers and hands get tired over time. So especially if you're doing arpeggios like this on a 6-note chord and a roll like that, you are wanting to just press those keys nice and lightly. One of the other ways that we can also sound more professional in our piano playing is the use of what we call dynamics. And that is, instead of just playing evenly on each of the beats, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, what we can do is we can play on the first beat louder and then softer on the other 3 beats, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That changes it up a little bit more and gives it just a little bit of extra flavour. Now, we can vary that depending on the chords we're playing, or if we're doing a 6-note chord, we can use individual notes to do the accenting with. I'll show you that in a minute. The other thing that I would like to share with you on how to make your playing sound more professional is the use of the sustain pedal. Remember how I was saying to you, play softly? When you play softly, as long as you've got the sustain pedal down, what you can do is you can just let those notes ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you go to change chords, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that smooths the transition out when you are changing chords. So that's another way to sound professional. The next way to sound professional is to play 6-note chords. Now, we all know what a G chord sounds like, a basic G triad. Here's a G chord. Here's a C chord, and we're playing this in second inversion. But as you know from my tutorials, I like to play 6-note chords. And the reason why I like to play them is because professionals, when they play chords, they play as many notes as possible. So here's a basic G chord, but if I were to take it and play a 6-note chord, notice how it sounds much more fuller and more interesting. So once you combine all of these together, as in playing lightly, working with dynamics, using the sustain pedal, and then playing 6-note chords, and experiment on the keyboard, you can get some very interesting sounds which sound very professional out of the piano. Alright, so here's the recap again. Number one in sounding professional on the piano is play lightly. Pretend that you're massaging the keys. You're giving it a light massage. Number two, the use of dynamics. Play louder on the first beat, or you can even play louder on the first and the third beat and softer on the other two. Number three, use the sustain pedal to smooth out your transitions between chords. And number four, instead of playing 3-note chords, learn how to play 6-note chords. Hope that's been of help to you this morning. Don't forget to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, thekissprinciple.net. Have a great day in Jesus' name. God bless.